notes and Jenny ran out of gas while I was in and met with the attorney, the law firm for placing something on the record, we set their agreement on record.
On the record in the matter of Briarcliff Apartments versus Rita Lingua, 25-02892. Appearance, please.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Donald Lisinski on behalf of the plaintiff.
What's your name, ma'am? And you did not have an attorney, correct? Can you speak up? I can't hear you. Okay.
No, ma'am.
Today's the date that's scheduled for a hearing. This is for non-payment of rent. My understanding is that you all have resolved this matter.
That is correct, Your Honor. We have come to an agreement via consent judgment whereby Ms. Lynn has agreed to pay rent to retain as $2,180.35, $183.35 in court costs for a total due and owing today of $2,363.70. She's agreed to pay that amount on or before July 28. I did explain to her her rights underneath MCR 4.201J. May I approach, Your Honor?
Yes. Ms. Lingua, is that accurate?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you want judgment to enter today by consent whereby you agree the past due rent is due in the amount of $2,363.70. That does include court costs, correct? That you'll pay that amount in full or vacate the property at 23170 East Jolly Road, apartment 14 in Lansing, no later than the 28th of this month, correct? You understand that you have the right to have an attorney represent you? Do you want to give that right up? Do you want to give that right up? You want an attorney?
Oh, no, yeah.
Okay, so you want to waive the right?
Yes.
Okay, and you also have the right to proceed to trial. You could have demanded a jury trial. You understand the right to trial? Do you want a trial or do you want to proceed this way? Okay, you have 3 business days from today's date. If once you leave here, you realize you misunderstood the rights you've given up, you can return to the court and request to have that set aside, okay? We'll get you a copy of the paperwork in just a moment. Any additional matters for the record, counsel?
Not from the plaintiff, Your Honor. Thank you.
Thank you. You're all set. Ready on Angela Jones?
Not just yet, Your Honor. I still just need a few moments, and then I'll will be ready.
On the record, the matter of okay, David Stewart versus Jeffrey Stewart, 25-02761. Council appearance.
Thank you, Your Honor. To please the court, Attorney Frank Narrett for the plaintiff in this case.
Sir, what's your name?
Jeffrey Stewart.
Okay, today was the date that was scheduled for a hearing on land contract forfeiture. My understanding is that you made an agreement whereby you consent to the forfeiture, the right plaintiff has the right to possession, the amount due $800 with other damages due $1,352.28 plus cost $239.73 for a total due $2,392.01. That's accurate.
That's accurate.
That's accurate. Okay, that says money judgment for damages will be awarded in the amount of $1,592.01. Is that accurate?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, you understand that you have the right to be represented by an attorney at today's court date?
I'm sorry.
Do you understand that you have the right to be represented by an attorney today?
Yes.
You want to waive that right?
Yes.
You also had the right to proceed to trial. You could have demanded a jury trial. Do you understand that? Okay, and no one's threatening you or forcing you to do that, correct?
I'm sorry.
No one's threatening you to get you to waive your rights?
No.
You have 3 business days from today's date. If once you leave here, you realize you did misunderstand your rights, you can return to the court, request to have this set aside, and we'll set it for a hearing for you to explain how you misunderstood your rights, okay? We'll get you a copy of the paperwork. You're all set.
Thank you, Your Honor. Appreciate it.
No problem.
Good luck.
On the record in the matter of Cedar Apartments versus Kamaya Lewis, 25-02802, appearance, please.
Good afternoon, Carolyn Cohen, P49391, appearing on behalf of Cedar Place.
I see Kamaya Lewis, or what I believe is Kamaya Lewis. Can you hear me, ma'am?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, I need to see your face. Okay, today's the date that's scheduled for a hearing. Are you prepared to proceed with the hearing today? Because it looks like you have a bonnet on your head.
Yeah, I'm prepared.
Okay, well, then you need to present yourself like you're prepared. I don't allow bonnets and other bed clothing in my virtual courtroom.
My hair's not done.
That's not my problem. You knew you had court today. I don't allow people, I wouldn't allow you to come to my courtroom like that either, just so you're clear.
So what you want me to do, take it off?
You need to be prepared to proceed in court and present yourself accordingly. Otherwise, you need to appear in person.
So is we gonna reschedule or?
I'm not going to reschedule.
So what do you want me to do? My hair not done.
You're gonna have to figure something out, man, because this was already rescheduled because you logged off last week or your last court date and we could not finalize it. And rather than to default you so that you be evicted, I reset it as a courtesy. And so I want you to step away from the computer and fix yourself up like you knew you had a court date and be prepared to sit upright, prepared for court. I'll call the case when she's ready to proceed.
I'm here.
Back on the record, Ms. Cohen, did you file the paperwork already?
I believe you should have a copy of a consent judgment there, and we were just putting it on the record. If I'm incorrect, please let me know.
Okay, I have a notice to appear proof of service of rights. And I do not have a consent judgment. Can you put the terms on the record, please?
Yeah. Yes, Your Honor. The terms which were last week, so I think that the dates have changed. Because this originally was signed on July the 2nd, whereby we agreed that there was a total of $2,962 owed in rent, $176.54 in court costs, $3,138.54. This was agreed to a July 15th writ date, and it was supposed to be if defendant pays $1,569.27 by 7/15, that her writ date was going to be extended to 7/30 to pay the balance. But I don't know if you can do that today because those dates have passed.
I cannot issue a writ date today, obviously. It's today, it would be 10 business days from today. I don't know if you need to go on the breakout room and maybe rediscuss those dates. But I would need that stuff updated.
All right, I would just request that the writ date be July 28th because that's 10 days.
Okay. Give me the amounts again that you're supposed to pay, a total past due of what, including court costs?
$2,962 in rent, $176.54 in court costs, for a total of $3,138.54.
Okay, and Ms. Lewis, is that complete and accurate as to the understanding of how you're going to resolve this matter with a consent judgment?
Yes.
Okay, and so you are agreeing also to the amount that they says past due?
Yes.
Okay, and that there was an agreement that you will make a payment. I believe you were supposed to make a payment by today. Is that accurate?
Yes.
It was
It was the 15th.
by yesterday.
By yesterday, okay. Okay, and then the payment that was due yesterday was for what amount?
It was for $1,569.27. Did you make that payment, Miss Lewis?
No, I did not.
Okay, so counsel, are you giving an extension on that payment at this
Yeah,
point, or?
at this point, I'm just going to request that the writ date be July 28th for the full amount that's owed.
Okay, so you have until July 28th now to pay that amount in full, or you must vacate the property. You understand that, Ms. Lewis?
Yes, I understand.
Okay, and you are willing to agree to that under in the paperwork?
Yes.
You have the right to be represented by an attorney during this eviction. Did you understand that right?
Yes.
And you want to waive or give that right up in order to represent yourself?
Yes.
You also have the right to proceed to trial. You could have demanded a jury trial. And did you want to have a jury trial, or did you want to proceed in this way and have a consent judgment entered?
Can I take it to trial because I need more time to come up with the money. I just got a job.
You can demand, you could have demanded a jury trial, and at which time you can present defenses, but you can't take it to trial just to buy time to pay the past due rent. So if you want to have a trial, you have the right to that trial. You need to come in and file that paperwork though. And then
Okay.
you have to pay, you got to pay the jury demand fee.
How much is that?
$50. It might be 50 right now, I believe.
Your Honor, that has to be done within 5 days of the first hearing, according to
I
the.
get it, but yeah, I also can't make her waive her right to trial either.
I know, but she has,
Whether or not she files, she has to file for a jury demand doesn't mean that it's granted. But I can't waive her right. So those are two, that's why we have to do these on the record. I have to ask her if she's gonna waive her right to a trial, and if she's gonna waive her right to have a attorney. If she says, no, I'm not waiving my right to a trial, I can't tell you, yeah, well, it's waived. I can't do that. She can still have a trial, might not be a jury, but she still has that right. If that's how you want to proceed, Ms. Lewis, I can assure you that you're beyond the 5 days that you had to file for a jury demand. I can also assure you that I will make sure this is set for an immediate bench trial.
No, I'll try to have it by the 28th.
Because we've already adjourned this because you logged off last time, 2 weeks ago.
I didn't log off. They put me in another room.
Well, we're all on the record waiting and you never came back. My understanding is that you ran out of gas and you tried to log in with the attorney because you were supposed to be here in person. And you never returned to enter the agreement on the record.
Oh, I thought when I was done talking to them, I can log out. I'm sorry.
No, yeah, you was gonna have to put it on the record. So that's why there's already been some delay here. So it's up to you. If you want to have a trial, you can have a trial. I don't know that you'll get a jury trial. You have the right to have a trial by judge. But at the time that you have that trial, you're only successful if you have a lawful defense as to why you didn't pay the rent. So it really is not gonna buy you much time, if any.
Okay.
Okay, so how do you want to proceed, ma'am?
I don't want to take it to trial.
Okay, and no one's threatening you to get you to waive your trial, is that correct?
Yep.
You have 3 business days from today's date. If once you leave here, you realize you misunderstood the rights that you just given up, which again is your right to trial and your right to be represented by an attorney. You must come in person to the court, go to the civil clerk's office and request to file a motion to set aside judgment. Okay?
Okay.
Do you have any questions at this time?
No.
Any additional matters, counsel?
no, Your Honor, thank you very much.
Okay, you're all set. Thank you.
Thank you.
You're all set, ma'am. Ms. Lewis. Are you ready? Thank you. Okay, this is the matter of Silverstone Homes versus Angela Jones and all other occupants. File number is 25-02739. Appearance, please.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Donald Simmons, on behalf of the plaintiff.
You can sit down. And you're Angela Jones, correct, ma'am? Okay, today is the date that was scheduled for hearing. This is for non-payment of rent. I have here, though, a consent order for conditional dismissal. It says that you are entering agreement whereby this action will be converted to termination of tenancy and that you will turn over possession of the property to the plaintiff on or before July 31st, 2025. Is that correct? Yes, ma'am. Okay, and you understand that you have the right to be represented by an attorney during this matter? You want to waive that right?
Yes.
You also have the right in this matter to proceed to trial, and at which time um, you could have demanded a jury trial. You understood that, right?
Yes,
Okay, and you want to give up your right to trial?
I do.
Okay, so that means you also give your right to present any defenses that you believe you had to withholding the rent. You recognize that?
Yes.
No one's threatening you to give up these rights.
No.
You understand that partial payment or partial performance of this will not satisfy the agreement to keep this dismissed. So you have to vacate the property and turn over your keys before the 31st. You understand that? Otherwise, if you don't, the plaintiff can request judgment to enter against you, and you will not receive a new court date. You understand?
Yes.
Okay. You have 3 business days from today's date. If once you leave here, you realize you actually misunderstood the rights that you just given up, you can return to the court and request to have that set aside and explain how you misunderstood your rights, okay? Do you have any questions for the court?
No.
Any additional matters for the record, counsel?
Nothing but thank you, Your Honor.
We'll get you a copy of the paperwork in just a moment. Do you have anybody else here? I guess not. About 2 o'clock people here?
Your Honor, some of my tenants for the 2 o'clock are out in the hallway.
Oh, well. Mr. Woody, are you ready?
Thank you.
Are you ready?
Yes, sir. Yeah, first place, Your Honor.
Well, not until you put that on the record. Let's see here. Which matter is this?
Morley versus Flint. Yeah, executive house, I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. Executive House LLC versus Debriana Flint, 25-02924. Appearance, please.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Norman Whitty appearing on behalf of the plaintiff executive house.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. I'd like Tyler 36242 on behalf of the defendant, Ms. Flynn.
Okay, today was a date scheduled for hearing. This is for non-payment of rent, and you all have resolved this matter. You can put the terms on the record.
Yes, Your Honor. The terms of our agreement are rent owing is $21.55. Court costs at another $158.91 for a total of $2,313.91, and that is due through the date of July 31st, 2025. The further conditions are that the defendant agrees to continue to work with community agencies like the Department of Health and Human Services to secure rental assistance. The defendant also agrees to bring herself current either on or before July 31st, 2025 on all unpaid costs.
And that's accurate, Mr. Whitty.
It is, Your Honor.
Thank you. And Ms. Flint, that's how you want to proceed today? To recognize you had the right to proceed to a trial. You could have had a jury trial in this matter. You also have the right to be, well, you are represented by counsel. You want to waive your jury trial, that's correct? Or do you want to have a jury trial? Okay. There wasn't a counterclaim filed in this, was there?
Just getting my parents in this time.
I don't see a counterclaim. So you think you got your appearances done? I see it on the docket. Okay, very good. We're moving upward and onward there. Let's see, you have, is it pay the amount of $2,313.91 for rent due through a period of July 31st. It says that you'll continue to work with community agencies such as DHHS to secure rental assistance, and you also agree to bring yourself current either on or before July 31st of this month on all unpaid rental costs. You recognize that agreement? So the case will be dismissed based on that condition. However, if you fail to comply, the plaintiff can request the case be reopened and a judgment will enter against you immediately and you will not get a new court case. You understand that? Okay, do you have any questions about that? Partial performance on this agreement will not satisfy, so you have to comply completely with what you said you were going to do, which is continue to work with the agencies and bring this past due amount due to a balance current before the end of this month. You have 3 business days from today's date. If once you leave here, you realize you misunderstood any of the rights that you've given up, which in this case is your right to a trial, you can return to the court and request to have that set aside, that agreement set aside, and then you'll explain how you misunderstood your rights, okay? Do you have any questions? Any additional matters, counsel?
Nothing but pleasure.
Thank you so much.
Anybody have anything ready to go? No?
Yes, Your Honor, I just have to write out the agreement.
Joel Wolf,
Jessica Gonzalez.
thank you. Mr. Whitty, have Joel Wolf and Jessica Gonzalez here.
Okay, I'd be happy to do that.
Thank you.
What's your name, ma'am? Bailey, last name? Oh, you're represented by Mr. Tyra. Is that correct? Okay. On the record in the matter of Capital Commons Senior versus the estate of Deborah Hawkins, 25-02995.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Nicholas Darlinghouse, going in for plaintiff's counsel of record.
Okay, this matter is scheduled for a hearing today. At 2:00, it's 2:36. Let's see. All right, accept.
Not sure. Did you say it was for a show cause hearing?
That's what it says in the thing.
Not sure. My notice shows non-hearing or non-payment rent hearing.
Oh, okay. This may be the issue, since demand was served on Deborah Hawkins and all the occupants while the summons of complaint. Defendant name is filed under the estate of Deborah Hawkins. Address, zip code is incorrect for A, and plaintiff name does not match with all other documents Capital Commons Seniors in demand. And complaint number 6 box should be marked due to section 8 house. So the clerk's office sent that note, that's why. Lots of issues.
Yes, that does, that makes sense. I guess,
So it looks like you might have to refile your complaint.
okay. Yeah.
Zip code's
based on those
incorrect, and
defects.
number 6 should have been marked, and looks like the names don't match. So I'll dismiss this one and you can refile it and serve your complaint on the estate.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Maybe Katisha Harris.
Yes.
Can you come to the, this is the state of Michigan versus Katisha Harris, file number 24-00483. You actually have a warrant for non-payment of rent. I'm sorry, not, you're here for non-payment of rent. You have a warrant for non-payment on a file for your complaint, O270. I think this was supposed to be for a matter before Judge Buchanan. And you look like you probably was supposed to be here for a show cause and you failed to appear. What's your address?
2405 East Jolly Road, apartment number 1.
That's where the notice was sent to and did not come back undeliverable. You didn't receive the notice, you knew you had to, that you owed the money. When are you gonna pay? When are you gonna pay?
I can pay that the following Friday, not this Friday, but the following.
You're gonna pay the full amount? Because you don't have to pay the full amount. You can make payments on it. I recognize you're also here for non-payment of rent.
I'm sorry.
I said, I recognize you also have a non-payment of rent. So I don't know how that's gonna be resolved, but
If I could split it in half, that would be great.
you can do better than that. You could pay $20 a month for all like there. You just have to be making payments. So is that what you want to do?
Yes, please.
I do need the file to do that. Okay, and then you don't have an attorney on the eviction representing you, correct? Who's here for Cox? It's you. Okay, did you meet with her yet?
Yes, I did, Your Honor.
Okay, are you ready?
Both cases are ready to go, Your Honor.
And I would like to say thank you, Your Honor, for letting me be able to do that.
Oh, absolutely.
Permission to approach, Your Honor.
Yes,
You want both of them?
that's fine.
So this is for the crown, Your Honor.
Thank you. Okay, and so let's see. This is Briarcliff versus Kentisha Harris and all other occupants. This is 25-02900 LT. This is a consent order for conditional dismissal. Council appearance, please.
Thank you, Your Honor. Donald Dosinski on behalf of the plaintiff.
Okay, then we have Kentisha Harris in court without counsel. It states here that the matter will be dismissed with the condition that you pay the pass-through rent an amount of $2,854.41 plus court costs, $183.35 for a total amount due $3,037.76. That's for rent owed through the end of this month. It says that you will pay to the plaintiff the amount. You will pay to the plaintiff the amount contained in 2D, which is the $3,037.76, and August rent and charges due under the lease as follows. On July 17th, which is tomorrow, 2025, you'll pay $700. On July 31st, you'll pay $500. August 1st, $1,600. August 14th, $729.76, and then August 28th, 2025, you'll pay $1,000. Okay, is that complete and accurate? And that's how you want to proceed, correct? You understand that you have the right in this matter to be represented by an attorney. You all decide to be represented by an attorney. You want to give that right away. You also have the right to proceed to trial. You could have demanded a jury trial. Do you understand that? You want to also waive that right to do the conditional dismissal. And there's no enforcing or threatening you to do that, correct?
Your Honor, there's just one little matter with regards to the conditional dismissal. I was going to write the parties do waive the 56-day rule. We did agree to that. If you can consent on the record.
Yes.
I was going to write that in.
Thank you. That's accurate, correct? Pam?
Yes.
That's what you
Yeah,
get.
thank you. Okay, so ma'am, again, you have 3 business days from today's date. If once you leave here, you realize you misunderstood the rights that you just given up, you can return to the court. You would have to request to file a motion to set this agreement aside, okay?
Okay.
And then you'll be set for a hearing to explain to the court how it was that you misunderstood your rights. Partial performance will not satisfy this agreement, so the case will be dismissed because of the language that you put here. But if you don't comply with this, meaning you don't make the payment amounts that you say you were gonna make when or by the time you made it, then the case will no longer be dismissed. They can file to have this case reopened and a judgment will enter against you and you will not get a new court date for that. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have any questions? Okay, and then I'll get you a copy of this paperwork. And then I have the file that for Buchanan where you owe two. Looks like it's 225 on there, but there must have been a late fee.
Like $50 a month.
Can you speak up just a little bit for me?
Is it possible to set that for like $50 a month to get that taken care of?
I just have it. Let's see. I'll waive the $45 late fee that was assessed on the 2nd. If you are compliant with the payment plan. You'll pay $50 per month. First payment, I'll make the first payment due. You're supposed to make your last payment on this, on August 28th. Your first payment on this, on these fines and costs, I'll make it due September 15th. You can pay before that, but I'm giving you a break because of, you gotta keep a roof over your head, okay? All right, if you need an extension, you gotta get to the court. You'll go see your judge, which is Judge Buchanan, to see if she can give you an extension, okay?
Thank you so much.
You're all set.
Have a great day.
I don't know what it was. No, I've heard. Oh, I just dismissed the statement, yeah. Okay, on the record in the matter of Briarcliff Apartments and Townhomes versus Autumn Match and all other occupants, 25-02898, appearance, please.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Donald Distance, on behalf of the plaintiff.
What's your name, ma'am?
Automatic.
It's Mac, M-A-C-K?
Correct.
Okay. Okay, today was the date scheduled for hearing for non-payment of rent, but the court does have a conditional dismissal. It says that you want the case dismissed today upon the agreement that you'll pay the past due rent amount, $2,957 plus court costs of $183.35, and that's for your rent due through the period of today, for a total past due $3,140.35. It says that you will pay to the plaintiff the amount in 2D that I just read, and August rent and charges under the lease as follows. It says that you'll make a payment of $1,000 by July 23rd, 2025, that you'll pay August 16th, $1,392.35, August 20th, $1,485, and the parties waive the 56-day rule, and September rent. I can't read that word on or before 9/6. Does that do?
Yes.
Okay, so September will be due on or before the 6th of September 2025. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay, and no one is threatening you to enter into this agreement,
No.
correct? You understand that you have the right to have an attorney to represent you today? You want to waive that right? You have the right also to have a trial. You could have demanded a jury trial. Did you understand that? And you want to waive that right as well? Okay, you can sign the paper. You have 3 business days from today's date. If once you leave here, you realize you actually misunderstood these rights that you just given up, you can return to the court, file a motion to have this set aside, and then explain how you misunderstood your rights. Lastly, section 7 here indicates that partial performance of this agreement will not satisfy it. So that means there's language here and an amount that you said you pay in dates that you said you'll pay them by. If you don't follow that completely, they can have the case reopened. Judgment will enter against you. You will not get a new court case. You understand that, correct? You have any questions for the court?
No, ma'am.
You get your copy of the paperwork. Any additional matters, counsel?
Not from plaintiff, Your Honor. Thank you.
Thank you. You're all set.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You can have a seat, we'll get your paperwork. Okay, Mr. Garlinghouse, did you have another one?
I do, Your Honor, it's at 3:15.
Oh, okay. Did you have a matter ready?
I had somebody that was gonna appear via Zoom, but it's not on the record if they are on there.
Who is it?
It's Andrew Wheatley.
Oh. Mr. Wheatley? On the record, in the matter of Molly Finstad versus Andrew Wheatley, 25-03198, council appearance.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Robert Ocknick, attorney for the plaintiffs.
And Mr. Wheatley is present via Zoom. Without counsel, you can hear us, correct, Mr. Wheatley?
Yes, ma'am. Your Honor.
Thank you. Today was the date scheduled for a hearing. This is for termination of tenancy, hazardous conditions, and you all have entered an agreement. Can you put the terms on the record?
Yes, Your Honor. Essentially, there's no money owed. And I can read that, I had to put an addendum on the number 3 as far as the other terms, because it was a little long. So the terms are the defendant is to vacate on or before July 31st, 2025. And plaintiff is going to pay the defendant $1,750 at the time defendant vacates by hand delivery of cash or cashier's check. Condition of the premises, for purposes of this agreement, the premises shall be deemed satisfactorily vacated if plaintiff removes all personal property, returns all keys, and leaves the unit in room clean condition with no excessive or intentional damage beyond normal wear and tear. Any dispute over damages related to the condition of the property will require court review prior to entry of default judgment. Or each party releases the other party.
Having a hard time hearing real quick. Hold on.
Not sure what happened.
Okay, I think I should be good now.
Can you hear me better, Mr. Wheatley?
Yes, I can now.
Okay.
My headphones weren't working for some reason.
Oh, then each party releases the other from all potential lawsuits or causes of action of any kind related to this landlord-tenant relationship. And I've checked box 4B that the action can proceed without further notice if there's a default. And I have signed the document, and Mr. Wheatley earlier gave me permission via email to sign the document, and I submitted it via my file.
Okay, Mr. Wheatley, is what was read on the record by Mr. Akineki, your understanding of how you're going to proceed?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, you understand that you have the right to be represented by an attorney?
I do, Your Honor.
You want to waive that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
You also have the right in this matter to proceed to trial. You could have demanded a jury trial. You understood that as well, correct?
I did understand that, Your Honor.
And do you want to waive that right as well?
Yes, Your Honor.
Is anybody threatening you to get you to do that?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, you have 3 business days from today's date. If once you leave here, you realize you misunderstood those rights, you can return to the court to request to have this set aside. I do have it here in my file. Was there an addendum? Is that what's called? I see addendum attached. Okay. I'll sign and date that for today. Any additional matters for the record?
Your Honor, thank you.
You're all set, sir. Thank you.
Yep.
You're free to go, Mr. Wheatley. Okay. Mr. Woody, are you ready with any of your matters?
We got two right to go.
Joel Wolf, one of those.
That is one.
Okay, 3031 LLC versus Joel Wolf and Jessica Gonzalez, 25-02929, appearance, please.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Norman Whitty, appearing on behalf of the plaintiff, 3031 LLC.
Please state your name for the record, please, sir. And your name, ma'am?
Jessica Gonzalez.
Okay, today was the date scheduled for hearing, and this is for non-payment of rent. How do you want to resolve this?
Your Honor, please report the parties have agreed to a conditional dismissal in this matter. Have those terms on the record.
Yes.
There's currently rent through the end of July due in the amount of $1,648. Court costs are $194.57. Total amount to retain is $1,842.57. And further conditions are provided, defendant shall pay $550 every 2 weeks, commencing July 25th, 2025, and continuing until the balance in paragraph 2 is paid in full. Payments will be applied first to current rent and then to the balance in paragraph 2. We did discuss that they make those payments as agreed, then the case is dismissed and stays dismissed. If they don't make those payments, or even make some of them but not all of them, then we would have the right to come back to court without further notice, without further hearing, and get a judgment or order of eviction from the court. We went over their rights under MSR 4.201J, after which each of them signed the conditional dismissal, if I may approach.
Thank you. And what Mr. Whitty said was accurate as to how you want to proceed?
Yes.
That's yes for you as well, okay. Yeah, you both understand that you could have been represented by an attorney.
Yes.
You want to waive that right?
Yeah.
You both could have had a jury trial in this matter.
Yes.
You want to waive that right? No one's threatening you to do that.
No.
You both signed this, correct?
Correct.
Do you understand that partial performance will not satisfy this, correct?
Correct.
You have 3 business days from today's date. Once you leave here, you realize you misunderstood the right that you waived. You can return to the court, request to have this set aside and explain how you misunderstood your rights, okay? You have any questions?
No.
Get your copy of your paperwork, any other matters for the court on this file.
Nothing further for plaintiff, Your
Thank you, you're all set.
Honor. Thank you.
And your other one,
Lincoln Avenue versus Baker.
that's file number 25-02931 LT, council appearances, please.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Norman Whitty, appearing on behalf of the plaintiff, Lincoln Avenue LLC.
Elijah Tyler, PA 6242 on behalf of Tenant.
Sorry, is killing it today. He's 2 for 2.
I got him.
Okay.
He's my hero.
Okay, today's the date scheduled for hearing for non-payment of rent. How are you resolving it?
Your Honor, I'm pleased to report the parties have agreed to a conditional dismissal on behalf of those terms on the record.
Yes.
There's rent to retain through the end of July in the amount of $1,215. Court costs on this matter are $163.11. Total amount to retain, $1,378.11. Further conditions provides as follows. Defendant shall pay $500 every 2 weeks commencing July 18th, 2025, and continuing until the balance in paragraph 2 is paid in full. Payment will be applied first to current rent and then to the balance in paragraph 2. The conditional dismissal was signed by myself and Mr. Tyra and his client, if I may approach.
Thank you. Mr. Tyra, that's correct.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, and that's your understanding of how you're going to proceed, Ms. Baker?
Yes.
You understand that you could have proceeded to a jury trial in this matter? You understand that you could have had a jury trial in this matter?
Yes.
You don't want that, do you? Okay, no one's threatening you to enter this agreement. Okay. You have 3 business days from today's date. If once you leave here, you realize you misunderstood the right you've given up, you can return to the court, request to have this set aside, and also partial performance of this agreement will not satisfy. So you got to do everything you said you were going to do here on the date you said you're going to do it. If not, judgment can enter again, so you will not get a new court date, okay? You have any questions? I know I said that fast. Any additional matters for the record?
Nothing further for plaintiff.
You're all set. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Have a good rest of your day.
Same to you. What about, oh, did you do Michael Lewis yet?
Not yet, Your Honor.
Okay,
I don't know if either of the other 2 are here.
Michael Lewis is here. Yeah.
Okay, we'll talk about this.
Did you have someone?
I don't think my tenant is
You're
here.
here for 245 at Ashley Jones.
Yes. But I don't, I called the hall just a moment ago.
Do you have a default?
You had the default.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. Yes, thank you. Okay, so now, just out of nowhere got like really hot. Like the air got sucked down. Maybe it's the sun. Oh, we changed it to August. That's why. Thank you. This file number 25-03199, appearance, please.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Robert Akinicki, attorney for the plaintiff.
Okay, your name, sir?
John Durham.
Okay, today was the date scheduled for hearing for non-payment of rent. Can you put the resolution on the record, counsel?
Yes, Your Honor, we have a consent judgment. Basically, the plaintiff has the right to recover possession of the property, and the plaintiff can apply for an order of eviction if the defendant does not move out on or before July 28, 2025. But the defendant has indicated that he really already has moved out. So this is really just a money judgment, and we agreed on the amount of $3,000 for a money judgment, and that defendant will pay $1,000 on August 20th, September 20th, and October 20th, and then it will be paid in full.
And that's correct, sir? Is what he said correct?
Yes.
Counsel? Okay, so you understand that you have the right. What does that mean? You can't hear?
I'm having trouble here.
Okay, you understand that you have the right to be represented by an attorney?
Yes, I do.
Okay, do you want to give that right away?
I can't afford it, so I guess that'd be the best thing to do. I mean, I don't feel I'm being mistreated, okay?
I get it, but in order for us to do this, you have to waive your right to an attorney. Is that what you want to do?
I guess that's what I want to do then.
Okay, you also have the right in this matter to have a trial. You could have had a jury trial. You understand that?
No, but that's all right. I don't see where I need it.
Right. What do you mean? No, you don't understand that you have the right to have a jury trial?
I don't understand. I don't understand the jury part of it.
Well, you have the right to have a trial and have the jury decide whether or not you could be lawfully evicted.
Oh, I see. Well, then I'm waiving that as well.
Okay, very good. And no one's threatening you to do that?
No,
Okay. And that's your signature here?
yes, it is.
You have 3 business days from today's date. If once you leave here, you realize you misunderstood the right that you've given up, you can return to the court, request to have this judgment set aside, and explain how you misunderstood your rights, okay?
Okay, I guess.
Do you have any questions?
I don't believe there's anything that I can ask that would make any difference here.
Okay, we'll get you a copy of your paperwork and you're all set, sir.
All right.
Thank you.
Good day. Okay.
Is it Attorney Milstein?
Yes, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Which matter are you here for?
Servbank versus Bensinger.
And who are you representing?
Servbank.
Okay, if hearings are in person at the court, did you all resolve this matter?
No, we have not.
Converted to civil pretrial. Let's see.
You said what?
Converted to civil pretrial.
Oh, this is a civil pretrial. This is not a hearing. You filed a jury demand. I thought it was a hearing, so that's why you're on Zoom. Got it. Let's see. When Mr. Levine appears, we'll have you meet. You all just need to do a joint pretrial statement and file it with the court so we know how to schedule your jury trial. He appears. Are you ready on yours, Mr. Brownhouse?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, this is Capitol Park versus Mariah Lawrence, 25-02980, council appearance.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Nicholas Darlinghouse, appearing on behalf of plaintiff's counsel of record.
Okay, and Mariah Lawrence is present in court without an attorney today, correct?
That's right.
Okay, today was the date scheduled for non-payment of rent. Did you all resolve this?
We did, Your Honor. We've come to terms for a consent judgment. May I place the terms on the record?
Yes.
All right. Your Honor, current rent to retain possession is $928, plus there are court costs in the amount of $178.54, which makes the total to retain possession $1,106.54. Plaintiff can apply for an order evicting the defendant if defendant does not move, pay, or vacate by the end of the day, July 28th, 2025. Defendant may be liable for money damages after moving if additional rent is owed or there's damage to the property. Acceptance of partial payment will not prevent the court from issuing an order of eviction, and no money judgment is entered at this time. Also, the 3 business day rule under MCR 4.201J was explained to tenant.
Okay, and Ms. Lawrence, that's your understanding as to how you want to proceed today?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Now, you understand that you do have the right to be represented by an attorney at an eviction hearing, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
You want to waive that right in order to do this?
Yes, ma'am.
You also understand that you have the right to proceed to a hearing or a trial. You could have demanded a jury trial, and at which time present any viable defenses you believe you have to the past due rent amount. You recognize that?
Yes, ma'am.
You want to waive your right to have a hearing and a trial?
Yes, ma'am.
No one's threatening you to do that, correct?
Correct.
Yeah, 3 business days. If once you leave here today, you realize you misunderstood your rights, you can return to the court, request to have this set aside and explain how you misunderstood your rights, okay? Do you have any questions for the court? Any additional matters for the rest of the council?
Nothing for me, Your Honor.
We'll get you a copy in just a moment and you'll be all set.
Thank you so much.
Have a good day, Your Honor.
Have a good one. Where did Mr. Levine go?
Now in the hallway.
Is he gonna talk to this guy?
He knows he's on waiting.
Let's see. Mr. Woody, you have Mr. Lewis.
I do.
Okay, this is file number 25-02932, appearance please.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Norman Woody appearing on behalf of the plaintiff, Lincoln Avenue LLC.
So please state your name for the record.
Michael Lewis Jr.
Okay. Okay, today was the date scheduled for hearing for non-payment of rent. Can you put the terms of the agreement on the record?
Certainly, Your Honor. The parties have reached a conditional dismissal in this matter as follows. Rent to retain is due through the end of July 31st, 2025, in the amount of $3,093.29. Court costs are $163.11. Total amount to retain, $3,256.40. Further conditions provides defendant shall pay $600 every 2 weeks commencing July 18th,
2025 and continuing until the balance in paragraph 2 is paid in full. Payment will be applied first to current month lease charges and then to the balance in paragraph 2. We did discuss that if he makes the payments as agreed, the case is dismissed. It stays dismissed. If he doesn't, we would have the right to go back to court without further notice or hearing and get a judgment order of eviction. That would happen even if he'd made part of the payments, but not all of them. We discussed his rights under MCR 4.201J, after which Mr. Lewis signed the conditional dismissal. I may approach.
Thank you, Mr. Lewis. What Mr. Whitty said is your understanding as to how you're going to proceed? And you're waiving your rights to do that? That includes your right to have an attorney represent you. You understood that? You also have the right to proceed to a jury trial or a non-jury trial. You understand that? So you understand that partial performance won't satisfy this. You got to do exactly what you would say you were going to do here and pay the amounts on those dates in full. Otherwise, judgment can enter against you and you will not get a new court date. You understand that? You have 3 business days to return to the court. If once you walk out the building, you realize you misunderstood the rights that you've given up, you can return and request to have that set aside and explain how you misunderstood your rights, okay? Any additional matters for the record, counsel?
Nothing further required.
Anything for you? You're all set. I don't understand how Mr. Levine comes and then counsel, let me go see what's going on with opposing counsel, because he walked right out as if he wasn't told that you were here.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, counsel, I don't understand what's going on with him. He was sitting in another courtroom, but it did not appear that he was on the record. I'm gonna let you go because you have been here timely. We just need a joint pretrial statement. You all can meet off the record and file that. And file it through my file, and that will help us formulate your next court dates, including your jury trial date. If you're not able to do that, or if he is non-responsive, you can move forward for a default.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. You're all set.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.